Hello lovely people, welcome to the Geek Cupboard, I'm Penge, and welcome to File and a Kingdom, which is a sort of map-making, city-building puzzle game with a story behind it. So we're the royal planner, and it's our job to map out where things need to go in the kingdom to make sure we have enough food and materials and services and other bits and bobs in each area. So we have some very official looking stamps, and we stamp things on the map to make sure we're meeting all the goals, and then the story of the game changes depending on what we've planned out on the map. It sounds very interesting, and also it looks gorgeous too. As you can see on the menu screen here, the maps look very nice indeed, with this lovely sort of hand-drawn artwork style. They do look very good, so I thought it was well worth taking a look at. It's on Steam right now, and as always there is a link to the Steam store page in the video description below, and we were given a key for this by the devs, which is very kind, so a big thank you to them. But anyway, without any further ado, let's just get on with it. Let's go and do some city planning. Okay, here we go, our very first royal planning challenge. Now before we begin, let's have a quick look at what's actually on the screen in front of us. In the middle here, we have the current map. So this is where we're going to do all of our planning, and we're going to plan down places for roads and homes and farms and all that kind of stuff. Then on the left over here, we have map tiles that we can buy if we'd like to. We can spend a little bit of money on buying these map tiles, we can place them down, and it gives us a little bit more room to build more homes and farms and roads and such like on if we want to. Then on the right over here, we have our wonderful looking planning stamps, and then across the top here, we have our current set of goals. So there is quite a lot going on the screen, but hopefully it'll all become a little bit clearer as we play the game. So let's begin by looking at our current goals. What do we need to do to complete this level? We need to get ourselves 45 food points, 45 materials points, and 45 services points. Okie doke, I think we can muddle through with that. That seems okay. So as you can see, these are all sort of broken down into subcategories. So food points come from grain and fish and livestock. Materials points come from ore and wood and hides. And services points come from housing and faith and security. And to get these points, we simply plan things down on the map. So if we plan down a load of housing, we get a load of housing points, which would go toward our services total. If we plan down a load of farms, that would generate grain, which would go toward our food total. And it's kind of as simple as that. Of course, there are various combinations of things, like houses do better when they're next to each other because, you know, it makes communities and villages and all that kind of stuff. I think churches do better when they're next to houses as well. So, you know, there are certain things that we have to do. And of course, things like ore and wood, they need to be next to a source of those things. You can't just put a lumber camp in the middle of nowhere where there's no trees, because that would just be very silly. So I think, let's get started. I think let's go over here and we'll sort of see this in action. So let's get a farm. Let's start working on getting some grain in, shall we? Because we can't get any fish because we have no water. So how about we get some grain? So if we pick up the stamp over here and then we hold it over here. So I'm holding this with the left mouse button. If we then right click to stamp it down, there we go. We said we'd like a farm over here, please. I don't know, city planning council. So if a farm goes there, that's going to give us 4 grain points because we have 4 fields. And there we go, we're off the mark. Look, we've actually got something underway, which is very good indeed. Now, the only thing is, I think we are going to have to buy some extra land, aren't we? We're going to have to buy a little bit of land, I suspect, because we're not going to get 45 food and materials and services on these sort of 3 bits here. Plus, there is this over here. There is this kind of extra goal over here that we haven't even looked at yet. So this is telling us that we need to connect 2 forts. There's 1 fort there and 1 fort there. We need to connect those 2 forts by a road to the king's castle over here. Now, of course, right now, we can't do that. We can't connect that to there because the map isn't there. There's a big hole in the map. So we might need to spend our 60 monies on actually getting these map bits filled in. So I think let's put that one there. We'll spend a bit of money on that. So let's pop that in. So that's 40 of our monies. We've got 60 Royal Treasury cash right now. So that's going to go in there. And then I think let's get that in like that. Okay, so we've spent all of our money. We have no money left. You can, if you want to, I don't think we'll need to this time, but you can build up certain map tiles with various bits and bobs and then sell them if you'd like to. So you can put like a map tile in the corner, fill it up with loads of stuff, then sell it on at quite a profit and then buy a load more to expand. But I don't think we're going to need to do that. However, let's make sure that we can connect these up to the castle. So let's get the castle. Let's have a road going down here. And then what we'll do is we'll just get the road. We'll just plan the road along like that. There we go. So we've connected that fort to the castle and hooray, 1 out of 2 is complete, which is good. Now the only thing is, we've got ourselves now some trees, which is good, and we've got some stone, which is also very good because we can put down forestry things and we can put down a quarry. so we can get some resources. So that goes toward these. We get ourselves some wood and we get some ore. The only thing is, if we build a road going next to those, we're going to lose a spot for some ore or some trees, or both possibly. I think we might have to possibly bite the bullet with that. So okay, we'll go along like this. Go to there and go to there. There we go. So the two fortresses are now connected. So that goal is complete. And now we kind of have to work around these roads. I think, however, houses do quite well next to roads, if I remember correctly. Okay, so right now, let's get ourselves some quarries. So this here is a quarry. So we can drop a quarry in. So this should start generating points into the middle. Yes. There we go. So we do that, and that is 10 lovely points around there because it's completely surrounded that kind of little sort of stone outcrop thing. Now we'll do that over here. That's not going to work quite as well because it's not entirely surrounded. But okay, so we're 20 out of 45 on the way to our resources kind of stuff. And then over here, we can put down a lumber camp. So a lumber camp can go next to the woods. And there we go. We're on 28 out of 45 in terms of materials. And we haven't even put down any kind of hide places yet. So how about over here, we put that down. So if we say go to that corner there, say, okay, have ourselves kind of like a hide gathering thing. And just there. So that's quite a lot of points already gone in. And if we put one just there, that's 40 out of 45 already. And if we just drop one into that corner, 43, 49 out of 45. Okay, so we've covered our bases in terms of materials. We have no services at all and not much in the way of food, but we do have a lot of lovely animal hides and such like. Okay, that's fine. Right, so now what do we need to do? I think we could do with some homes possibly. However, I think if we do start putting watchtowers in, now I did do the tutorial. I think if we put watchtowers next to the quarry things, they generate quite a bit of sort of defense points or whatever. Yeah, 2 on each one. And now that's because it's next to a road. Okay, that's good. Yeah, we'll have that. Okay, so we're 12 out of 45 in terms of watchtowers. Can we put a watchtower there? Does that make any difference? That's only 1. Okay, that was a little bit rubbish, but never mind. We've still got all this room over here to play with. The only thing is I'm a little bit concerned we're not going to fit everything in. Okay, let's build ourselves a little village. Let's have a village over here. And we put that next to the road. Is that good? Ah, yes. And it likes being next to the watchtower as well. So if we build, look at that. Now we have a village. The points are shooting up. This is very good. Okay, now I think if we put a church in the middle, hang on. The church is happiest when it's surrounded, I think, by houses. So if we do this, if we now put a church in the middle, that should generate an awful lot of points. Okay, 42 out of 45. That is very good. So if we put one more house in, is that going to be enough? If we drop that in, 45. Okay, we'll fill that last one up. So 46 out of 45 with housing. The only thing is, we now need to get quite a lot of food in. I'm not entirely sure we can do this with the space we have. Okay, what we could do is, we could do some livestock. So I think the livestock fences have to go next to houses, if I remember correctly. So if we put a livestock thing just there we go. There's a little sort of pasture there now with, I don't know, cows or whatever in. We can't really put anything in there, which is a bit of a shame. Nothing can really fit in there, which is a little bit unfortunate. Never mind. Okay, how about then we put another farm over there. Yeah, that's good. That's good. We'll put another farm in that corner. And they like being next to roads, don't they? If we put a farm just there, okay, we're on 14 out of 45. I'm not entirely sure we can do it like this. Maybe we're supposed to sell a tile on. Maybe that's what we're supposed to do. Okay, hang on. We'll come to that in a bit. We'll have a look at that in a bit. Right, if we pop that into the corner, that's another 2. So 16 out of 45. What can we do with this? Can we put that there? That doesn't generate anything right now. Unless we get a house and we put that there. Okay, so now we're on 17 out of 45 in terms of food. But we're not going to get to our total, unfortunately. So what I think we might need to do is, we might need to sell one of the tiles that we bought, because now it's developed, and then we might need to work our way around it a bit. Yeah, there we go. So we can sell this one here, for example, for 52 monies, because it has all sorts of things in it. It's got watchtowers and defence things, and it's got, I don't know, sort of quarries and what have you. So we could sell that for 52 monies. And then, yeah, we'll have to work our way around connecting the two castle things again. I think we do that. So there we go. We've sold that. We've now got 52 monies available, which is very nice. So I think, what do we do now? We need to buy some more stuff. So if we say, okay, we'll spend 20 on this. So 20 going down there like that. And 32. Now we could, how are we going to connect that up with a road though? I'm not entirely sure. We could spend 15 of our money on this just here. We could get some water, because then next to the water we can have little fishing piers that generate fish to go toward our food total. So maybe we put that just there possibly, and then we've got 17 money left. Oh no, we're going to have to sell this as well. Okay, do you know what? We'll sell that as well for 54 monies. Okay, we've made this significantly more complicated than we needed to, but what do you expect? Okay, 71 money now we've got, which is very good. So I think we need to buy... oh no, we need to sell another tile as well. We're going to have to build up a tile to sell it on at a great profit. Okay, this tile here, let's just pop you in that corner. What it does, we'll drop you... Oh, hang on, I didn't buy it properly. There we go, we'll drop that there. Right, so now we've got ourselves a quarry. So if we say, okay, put a thing there and a thing there and a thing there. Right, so we've got quarry points in there. Then put a couple of watchtowers by it. Very nice indeed. So that tile has got in some production stuff and some defense stuff, but it hasn't got any farm stuff. So how about then we get, I don't know, 3 houses. So plot 3 houses in, and then have 3 pastures. In fact, you know what? Have a 4th pasture, pop a house onto there like that, and then what can we put just there? How about another house? There we go. So that's quite a good tile to then sell for 93 monies. Thank you so much. Pleasure doing business with whoever is buying all these things. Okay, this is much better. Right, so now we can afford to fill in these kind of 3 gaps at the bottom, and we can actually finish off what we're supposed to be doing. I suspect maybe I've made this way more complicated, but it's fine. Right, so pop that just there. And then we've got one with wood, so we might as well put that down to there. And then, I mean, that's got a volcano on it and a graveyard, possibly. I don't quite know what we do with that. Do you know what? Hang on. We do want a lot of open space, though, don't we? How about we just get that one there? Pop that there. Okay, so now our numbers are kind of all over the place because we sold our land. But I think we should be okay with this now. So what we need to do is we need to connect that up by road first, because we need to make sure that these things are connected. So if we then just make sure that this is able to be connected up by road. Hooray, there we go. That is connected by a road. And then we need to get this connected by a road, which is not actually as straightforward as it seems. However, oh no, we can't buy anything up there. No, it's got to go across here. So I think we have to have a harbour on that side and a harbour, I think, on this side. I think they have to be facing each other. They go round the lighthouse, I would like to think, and then connect that up and connect that up. And there we go. Right, so they use the harbours, get on a boat, they go straight across, and they get off at the other harbour, and then go along the road. Okay, right, that's that sorted. I suspect that might be a little bit complicated, but I think as well now we can say, okay, get a fishing thing and a fishing thing and a fishing thing and a fishing thing, and then we can put houses behind the fishing things. And look, they turn into slightly different houses. And now we have much in the way of food, and we've almost completed our kind of housing complement. How about then we put a house just there? Okay, so our services thing is completely finished. That's okay. And then in terms of food, I mean, I think, could we... hang on, materials. We need some of these things. Let's put some stuff around here, around the mines, because that makes sense. And one there and one there. Okay, so has that completed our mine materials? No, it hasn't, unfortunately. Okay, there's a mine. Hang on, is there a wood? Was there a wood over here? Yes. Okay, let's get some lumber stuff in. Okay, so 46 out of 45, that is complete. So now it's just food again. But I think, I mean, if we put that in the middle there, that's 4 points. And then if we put, I mean, we could get some pastures. If we say put a house just there, and then put 2 pastures on either side of the house, that's a lot of stuff. And there we go. We've completed it. We ended up with 44 money, which is not too bad. That's not too bad. And yeah, we built 48 out of 34 buildings. Maybe we sold some. But okay, there you go. Let's see if you're as good as me. Probably not, but we got silver. We got a silver, that's okay. I'll absolutely take that and run with it. So there we go. So that is map number 1 complete. Possibly in a slightly more Wonkaloids way than we should have done it, but we got there in the end, as is the Geek Cupboard way. Okay, so we go to next. I think we now get a story. So, okay. What's going on here? So Cassandra says, "No doubt, sire, you saw the blaze that tore through our farms last night." So the king then says, "I did. Is it finally under control?" "Yes, all but extinguished. However, the damage it has caused is quite considerable." "Go on." "Well, we were able to pull the livestock out in time, but the fields being as dry as they were, well, the next harvest looks to be quite poor." "One bad harvest shouldn't rock the boat too much, I would think." Says Flynn, who I think is involved in kind of fishing industries by the look of it. Cassandra says, "Yes, but the fire also reached our grain stores. They were decimated, sire." Right, well, someone better explain quickly where that leaves us. Well, we can supply the kingdom with fish and whatever livestock that was saved from the blaze, but grain was our major source of food. There won't be enough to go around." And General Ivar says, "Goodness me." And King Radfern says, "Who else knows about this?" "Just us, sire." "Good. I want my larder fully stocked, then you can also eat your own. General, once news gets out, I expect the people to get a bit rowdy, and depending on how long this lasts, desperate too." So the general says, "Don't worry, sir, we'll keep them in check." And then Father Aldo appears, who is wearing a wonderful hat. Hang on, have we got a crown? Where are we? We haven't got a crown. We're the king without a crown. I want a crown with pointy bits, please. Father Aldo seems to be wearing a very good... It's not really a hat, is it? It's kind of an entire massive kind of hood thing. So he says, "Sire, I might be able to appeal to our more devoted followers that they take this time to fast. I think how fortunate we all are to be part of God's kingdom." "By all means, Father." "Will you be fasting too then, Aldo?" And Aldo just goes ... "No, I will not." Okay, right, so we're supposed to then press a button somewhere. Is it on the next screen or is it here somewhere? So yeah, there's a problem with food. So now we get to sort of press a button to focus on something, I think the game said, but I've never done this bit before. Okay, so we did not get to pick a thing to focus on. Now, when I started the campaign mode, there was a bit that popped up that said, after each kind of talky bit of the game, after the council meets and has a big chat, you can choose a focus. I thought that's what it said. And you get to pick what you would actually like to sort of focus on in terms of resources. So you could focus on fish, or you could focus on wood, or whatever, depending on what was happening in the story. But I don't know kind of what happened there. Maybe that was made for us because it was the first council sort of meeting we'd attended. Or maybe I did it entirely wrong. I mean, that's hugely, highly likely. Have we got a focus up here at all? Yes, we have. In faith and security. I guess that would make sense. Because, yeah, the religious guy said he was going to go and tell everyone to start fasting to go through the food slower. And, of course, yeah, the military guy was preparing for riots because people might get a little bit grumpy because they're hungry. Okay, that makes sense. Maybe that just happens then. Maybe that just kind of happens and we didn't get to choose it. I don't know. But whatever the case, what do we need to do? So 50 of each thing and again 2 fortresses to connect to the capital. And we've only got 60 money. So we are again going to have to we're going to have to speculate to accumulate, or whatever the phrase is. We're going to have to buy a tile, build it up and then sell it on. I'm thinking... although we could use that tile ourselves, couldn't we? Let's get this cheap tile here. So we buy that for 20, which is very nice. And then, I don't know what goes around volcanoes. I'm not entirely sure. Do houses want to go around a volcano? No. Possibly a quarry. Oh, I've filled it up now. Oh, botherations. That's our tile, isn't it? Never mind. We've got some houses in. Let's put a church in the middle of those houses. So that's good. So we've got some services points in there. Now, when we sell the tiles, we want to have a good mix. We want to have services and materials and food on the same tile. So how about, now we've got a few of those. Let's get a couple of pastures in, because that's quite good. That's going to generate some food, which is very handy. So we've got food, we've got services. We need materials. And the only materials we can put in are the kind of hunting camps to get the sort of animal skins. So if we put that in, that's 4 animal skins going in. So that's quite good. That's not too bad. How about if we put 1 in that corner there? That's 7. And 1 in that corner there. Up to 9. And then we can get hang on. Do watchtowers go well near to them? I don't know. I am not entirely sure. How about a windmill up here in that corner? Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. So we bought that for 20. What can we sell it for? 57. Okay, yep, fine, deal. We've done it now. So we've sold that on to whoever's buying it. I don't know who's buying it. And now I've got 97 money. Okay, so if we hang on a second. Hang on. How are we going to connect these up? We could put a sort of a watery tile there and then use the lighthouse as a kind of crossing point. So if we go, okay, 15 for that and then 20 for that, that's pretty... Or do we do 40 for that? Or 40 for that one, just there possibly. Yeah, okay, let's do this. So let's get 40 for that one. That leaves us with 42 money to invest somewhere else and then, fill it up and then sell it on again. But now we can connect this via the lighthouse, I think. Now, how did we do this before? I think you have to build a dock there and a dock there. There we go. Little boats have appeared, which is good. Right, and then a road, which is nice. And then we just have the road going up like that. Okay, so that is now connected. That is very good. And now we can work on this bit over here. So let's get that surrounded by quarry things, because that gets us materials points. And then let's do what we can with that down there in terms of sort of lumber camp things. And then let's put a little sort of watchtower there, and one there, and one there on the road, because that should get some good points. And then I think maybe housing. Hang on. We could put another fishery thing just there, and then put some houses at the back, because that's going to generate some good food. Okay, it's looking good. It's looking good. From that one tile there, we have got quite a lot of stuff. And of course, we have got blank tiles going on over there. So, okay, that's not so bad. How about another fishing thing and another house? Okay, that's very good. That's helped us out a great deal. And we've connected up one of the fortress things. Okay, so now we need to figure out what we want to do over here. So can we buy, say, this one here for 20, fill that up with useful stuff and sell it on again, please? Let's just pop that there for now and then go to here. Right, so we'll have quarry things all around there. That generates some good materials. We're going to sell this on, so it's all a bit irrelevant. We'll put that there and that there and that there and that there. So the quarry is nicely defended, which is very good. We'll have... I've not got any food going on in there, have we? So let's put a farm like that. So we've got some food being generated. And we'll put another farm just there. And then how about some houses? Is that going to be helpful? We'll put a couple houses in. There we go. And then sell that on for 96. Beautiful. Okay, now we have 118 of the monies, which is very good indeed. Okay, so now we should be able to get you connected. So if we say, okay, right, so one with, let's put that there and put that there so we can get extra stuff around those trees. Okay, so now let's get lumber camps in over here. Very nice. We'll get some quarry things around there. Do we want to put a quarry next to a volcano? Does that care? No. I don't think anybody likes the volcanoes. The volcanoes are not popular. Okay, we'll put a quarry there and a quarry there. However, we are going to need to have a road. So we are going to have to remember to stick a road all the way through here. Very nice. I think we've got this sorted. We've got loads of space over here for food. We've got space up there for food. Services. We've not even got any churches or anything yet. Got no churches. So hang on a minute. Let's have a little kind of housing area over here, say. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then pop a church in the middle. So there we go. 31 out of 50 already just by putting a church there. And in fact, if we have another house there and another house there, yeah, 38. So that's very effective. And then let's put a fishing thing there for some food points as well. Very nice. I like how the houses change depending on what they're attached to. So when they're not attached to a fishing thing, they're like that. And when they're attached to a fishing port thing, they're a bit taller, which is nice. Okay, food. We are going to need to get some food in somewhere. Hang on, I know what we could do. We could put a thing like that and then a house next to that because that makes sense. That's very good. Okay, so how about a load of... We could put some... Hang on, how about this? How about some houses here, here and here going along the road? Right, 52 out of 50 for those houses. That's the houses sorted. And then put some pastures next to those. So there we go, 28 out of 50 already. Materials wise, and we've still got space up here as well. We've still got space up there. And we could buy another tile if we wanted to, if we so wished. I mean, is it worth doing that? Just fill that in and then just fill that with farmland. Do you know what? Let's do that. Okay, so let's go that there, a farm and another farm there and another farm there. Okay, that's up to 30 now. We'll just fill those bits in with farms. There we go, 46. We'll fill that in as well. 50, there we go. Farmland. All sorted. We'll put a bit over there as well and on that corner just to really make sure. And then we just need materials. So I think let's go over to here and we'll just put down some of the kind of animal fur collecting things. So one there, one down in this corner. We'll pop one just there, and there we go. It's a bronze, so I mean, maybe we use too many buildings. I mean, not quite as good as the last one. But again, okay, we'll take it. It's a bronze, it's complete, it's okay. It hasn't said this is a tragic failure and everybody has, died or whatever. So absolutely fine. Yeah, we'll go for that. Thank you. So what is happening here? So the king says, what is the latest on our food shortage? Well, it's been tough, but I believe we'll be soon out of it, sire. And the peasants? How have they weathered it? I don't like the sound of King Radfern. He sounds a little bit aloof. The general says, unfortunately, not many took to Father Aldo's idea, so my men have been busy straightening a few of them out. But no serious looting or rioting, sir. Well done, Ivar. Okay, I wouldn't discredit my efforts entirely, my lord. We had many joiners in our fast. Now what happens is, the things you put down dictate this story, I believe. So we didn't put down that many churches, and we had a lot more of the watchtower defence things. So I assume that Father Aldo's plan for fasting didn't work because there weren't many churches, but the general had a lot of troops available because we put down a load of watchtower things. So yeah, we've changed the story a bit by what we put down in the game, which is nice. Okay, what about that priest of yours who ran off into the forest, Aldo? Said something about becoming a druid, didn't he? You mean that mad beggar and his filthy mates? He's blinking while set up camp in there and is refusing to move. Brother Jacob lacked true faith and thus fell into the arms of those pagan demons. A reminder on how vital it is to hold God close to your heart and mind. Well, can you remind him how vital lumber is so we can get back to chopping down his woody friends? Okay, right, Borin is very focused on wood gathering, I'm picking up here. King Redfern says, Borin is right, regardless of his relationship with God, him and his ilk need to be removed. With the current food shortage and Ivar's tight grip on the kingdom, they probably felt their chances were better off elsewhere. So then Jarin. Who's Jarin? Oh, he's a hunter. He's a hunter. If they have a place to come back to, they'll move without a fight. Roughing it out in the forest isn't for everyone. Still, I would like it if we politely ask them to move. Then Borin says, you want Ivar for that? I have no intention on using my axe for anything other than trees. Okay, so how do we say what we're focusing on? Do we change this? So at the moment we're focusing on military stuff. But can we change that? Because there's some pink stuff down here. Can we click that and change it? No. It just looks like we're focusing on military stuff at the minute. Which I suppose is okay, I guess. But right, okay, there we go. Never mind. I don't think we can change it. I can't see how we can change it if we're supposed to. So, okay, that's fine. On to the next. Okay, so we're on level 3, and look at this. The resources required to finish the level are creeping up each time. So now it's 55. It started out as 45, now it's 55, and we have a third fortress to connect to the capital. Okay, I'm sure this is all fine. Right, so it looks like we are going to have to sell a couple of tiles, possibly. I mean, that one could be quite good to sell. So let's drop that in. And let's... Oh, hang on a minute. Do we want to sell... There's 2 water tiles. They're not ideal, are the water tiles. Okay. Okay, how are we going to do this exactly? I don't know. We need to sell this, I think. So what we'll do is we'll get some lumber stuff around that. So that's fine. So that's got some... It's got some material stuff in it. Now we need some defence. So we'll put some around the edge. Very nice. In fact, we'll put one there as well. And then we need some food production in there. So how about we get some houses, 1, 2, 3, and then we have some pastures next to those houses. There we go. And we've got a little bit at the bottom. Let's put a church in just there, and then we'll put, I don't know, what goes well next to a church. I'm not entirely sure. Let's have a watchtower. Okay, that's not so bad. And then just there, what can we put there? How about another house? Okay, so that's not too bad. If we sell that, 99 monies. Thank you very much. Pleasure doing business with you. Okay, so we're back down to completely nothing, but we now have some more money. The only thing is, I mean, hang on. What we can do is we can get the sea to connect this one. So we'll just go click like that, and we'll get this sorted. So a thing there and a thing there, and then road, 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 road. Okay, so that top one is connected. That is all fine. And now I think let's work on this. Let's make this as effective as it can be, because we're not going to do too much else up here. So we'll have everything next to the sea that we can, because that's good. Then we'll have houses, because that generates some quite good amounts of stuff. Then, what do we want at the back here? How about a church to go, I know, just there. That's a lot of points. That was 4 points going in from that one church. That was very good. How about another one over there? That's another 4. Good job. And then possibly, what can we get up here? We've got no production going on. Is it worth having one of those? But they don't work well, I don't think, in the tutorial. It said the sort of, wherever the fur kind of hunting camp things don't go well near cities. They go well out in the middle of nowhere. So maybe we keep this relatively sort of urban. What about if we put a house there? What if we then put a watchtower thing just there? That's 2 points. And then a house and then a house. Okay, that one tile has got pretty much all of our stuff in. Or maybe not all of it, but certainly over 50% of our services on that one tile. Okay, that's very good. And now we have 124 monies remaining to sort out these ones over here. So we could go boaty again. We could put a boat one there. And then, oh, look at that. They've got trees. There's trees there. That's very good. We need to put something just here. Would that go well just there? They can get to the lighthouse. Yeah, that should be fine. Let's pop that in like that. Oh no, the only thing is we're going to have to buy a tile and sell it on again for profit because we haven't got enough to connect this castle up down here. Botherations. Okay, fine. There's a lot of wood on that one. We could get some good money out of this. So here we go. Let's sacrifice this poor tile. Okay, there we go. Lots of sort of resource production going on. Watchtowers. Pop some of those in, please. And then we need some farming stuff or some food or whatever. Let's get a farm. Pop a farm in the corner. Put a farm just there. Put a farm just there. Okay, can we sell that? 75. Thank you very much. So now I've got 104, so we can actually connect this up. Okay, so let's work on this bit over here. So we know we need a thing there and a thing there to go via the lighthouse. Connect that up and then go along like that. Wonderful. Right, so that's the second of the fortresses connected. And then if we get this quarry surrounded by some stuff, that's materials. Look, we've got some materials finally, at long last. Well done, everybody. And then get another boaty thing in. And a boaty thing, and a boaty thing, and a boaty thing. And then let's get houses behind the boaty things. There we go. Many housing points, many food points going in. Okay, that is looking very good. Then let's put, I don't know, watchtower on that corner, because that seems to make sense, watching what's going on. And then up here, what do you want to put up here? I mean, ideally, maybe down here we could put a load of houses, and then some pastures behind. That would make sense. What if you have a house, and then pasture. So 4 of those. So that's some good food points going on. Then put a church in, because that's another 4 food points. Then put a watchtower in the middle of there, because that's loads. Right, okay. We're absolutely fine for services. It's now just materials and food that we need to concentrate on. Okay, so up here, maybe over here we can have all the materials, and over here we can have some food. So how about a farm can go just there, and a farm can go there, and one there. And there's no point putting a farm just there, I don't think, because that is a bit rubbish. What can we put just there? It's next to a house. Okay, hang on a minute. A pasture. That'll do the job. That's 2 more food points. Very good. Okay, now we need to work on this over here. So that's got some trees. So how about we put that just there for 40, and then we have another one here. And that means we can get 3 things around those trees. Let's do that like that. Okay, right. That should be pretty good. So then if we go stamp, we can get 3 things around there. We are going to need to make sure that we can connect up the fortress. Hang on a second. So let's make sure that goes in like that. Very nice. Okay, and then the stone thing down here, we can put 4 things around the edge of that, which is very good for the material production stuff. That's flying up. Right, then we need some of these. So let's get some kind of hunter camp thing set up. We'll put 1 just there, 1 just there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. Just fill that up. Let's put 1 just there as well, next to a road, because why not? So we need a little bit of food and a bit of materials. I think we've got this sorted. I think we're okay with this. So how about we have some more houses? Where can we put some houses? How about we have a house and a house, and then next to that we put a pasture thing and a pasture thing. So that's 46 out of 55. Okay, are we going to be able to fit these in? And we could buy another... Oh, hang on. We could buy another bit of land. We could just buy a thing just there and go, yep, there we go. Another bit of land. Do you know what? This can be farm territory. Yeah, farm. Many, many food things going in. Very good. And can we mix that up with the sort of hunting side of things? Yes, we can. And we'll put hunting thing down there. And one just there. And we are done. It's bronze again. So we haven't quite got to gold level just yet. But you know what? That's okay. I will absolutely take a bronze. Again, it's not a terrible, tragic failure and people are, screaming and everything's not on fire. So, I think that's pretty good. Okay, it's a short little chat this time. So Father Aldo says, these druids returning home, I don't like it. I thought you lot were all about forgiveness, Aldo. Or does it just bother you that it was one of your boys that kicked it off? Ha ha, says General Ivar. He's just stirring his General Ivar. Don't rise to it, Father Aldo. Enough, said the king. I'm glad they've returned. They'll serve my kingdom better here than frolicking in those woods. Thank you, Merrick, for finding the space. Good word, frolicking. Well done, king. Very nicely the word frolicking in use. Merrick says, anything to better the kingdom, your majesty. And then Cassandra responds, slightly snarkily, with, or fill your pockets. Okay, so all is not harmonious over here at the council. There's a little bit of sort of, little bit of attitude going on. And it looks like now we're focusing on housing. Okay, right, I see. This level is very boaty. It's a very boaty, water-heavy level. Look at that. There is so much water going on everywhere. And it looks like as well, we can only expand into that corner there and that corner there. We only have 2 tiles available to purchase, because these ones here don't have the kind of white square thing in. So I don't think we can actually build on these. I don't think we can actually get map tiles in on those. So, okay, this is going to be very interesting. Okay, first things first, let's get the fortresses connected up. So 2 fortresses need to be connected. So there's one up there and one down there. Now, I think what you have to do is you have to go via lighthouses. So I think if we build a dock thing there opposite that lighthouse, the boat can sail to that lighthouse. Then it can go over in that direction to that lighthouse, and then it should, hopefully, please work, go over there, and then if we put that just there and connect that up, is that enough? Yes, it is. There you go. So they kind of navigate via lighthouses, which is fine. Okay, so that's that done. So let's do that for this one over here as well. So bit of road, then we get a kind of fishing port thing. That's going to go to there. And then where do we want to do this? Do we want to bring it down here or across there? I think let's bring it down here. And there we go. We now have 2 connections to the fortresses. Okay, that's really good. And 8 out of 40 for our food as well, because of course we've got some harbours going on. Okay, right, so now what do we want to do with this? I think we spend 40 of our monies up here on getting that tile in, because that seems really good, because we can get some materials off that. So let's go and do that right now. So there you go. Lots of lumber camp things going in. 12 out of 40 already on our materials up there. That's very good. How about then we concentrate on material things? In fact, no, because we have got the watchtower things are quite good here, aren't they? Okay, so there we go. So 6 out of 40 on that. And then let's just put in a camp sort of thing there and one of them just there. Okay, so 16 out of 40 on materials on that tile over there alone, which is pretty handy, I think. Okay, so food and the other stuff is still a little bit low, however. Food we could sort out, though, couldn't we? Hang on. If we just go, okay, build 2 of those, so that's food, and then build some houses, that generates extra food and also gives us some of those points. Yeah, okay, we'll do that there as well, please. So pop a house just there, and it's next to a road, which is very good. And then I think, shall we do that all the way across here for food? Yeah, let's do that. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. So there we go. And then we can have that mat, that's very good. So we're looking good for food, looking good for the services, not looking quite so good for materials all of a sudden. We do have the option for all of our remaining money of getting some stone. I think that might be worth doing. Why can't we pick that up and move it? Oh, there we go. Right, we can now. So put that there. Oh, now that one comes up with the stone and the woods. Okay, so let's grab the quarry. So that's 2, that's 2, that's 2. Then we'll put those by the quarry, because that gets us some points for them being next to the quarries with the watchtowers. Then what do we want to do? Do we want to get some housing down here and then put some of the sort of those things, the fences, to get the pastures set up? That might be a good idea. Or, hang on, we've got another side now. We can just go, yeah, there you go, food, loads of homes, splendid. Okay, wow, that's made a huge difference. Okay, get another couple of those in. Right, so food is nearly done. 1 point away. I'm sure we can work on that. Do you know what? Pop one of those there. Hooray, food is sorted. So we need five services points, quite a few materials points. We have got a load of room down there and a load of room over here and some room over there. So it's going to be a case of just chucking all of these in, isn't it? Just throwing in lots of the sort of camp type things. However, we do need some more services up there. How about a church going in? Because that's 4. And then can we have a church going in somewhere down here as well? That could be quite handy. Put a church, I know, there. That's 2 points. That's all we needed. And the rest of it is going to be this. So that's 3 points. How is this going to work exactly? How is this going to do anything? That can go in there. That's a load of points. That's very good. That can go in. That can go in. So 34 out of 40. Okay, let's go up here. Put one next to that road. 38 out of 40. 39 out of 40. Okay, we can put one along this road and I'm sure it will be fine. And there we go. And another bronze award for us. That's very good. What does that do? What does that do exactly? Oh, that just gets that out of the way. Oh, okay, so we can retry it, go to next, or we can just move this out of the way to admire our fine work. Do you know what? No, okay, let's go to the next. Bronze again is pretty good. Okay, so the next level sees us trying to connect 3 different forts down to the capital, and also we are focusing on housing and faith. However, what I think we'll do is, I think we will wrap things up for now with File and a Kingdom. We've had a very, very good look at the game, and do you know what? I've really enjoyed this. I think this is very, very good indeed. I can see myself coming back to this and playing more of this kind of off camera, if you like, because when you first look at it, when you sort of first glance at the screen and all the different things all over the place, you do kind of think, oh my goodness me, I'm not entirely sure what's going on. There are many things all over the place. But then when you start playing it, it is actually quite, it's quite simple. It's quite straightforward. You've got a map, you can make the map bigger, you can sell tiles on to make more money, to buy more map tiles, and you plonk things down onto the map to generate points. And that's kind of it, really. That is kind of it. That's the sort of the ease of the game. But of course, it's one of these games where you can play it for absolutely ages and then, maybe just master it at the end of your playtime with it. Because, I imagine it's easy to pick up and play, but very tricky to actually master properly. But yeah, I've really enjoyed this. I think it's very, very good indeed. It's a really good idea. I love the idea of it. And I think it looks very nice as well. It does look very good. It looks like proper sort of nice sort of map drawings. You've got the sort of yellowed kind of parchmenty paper and the little kind of symbols representing everything. I do like it. I think it's a really, really good idea. It's a very unique kind of thing. And I like the fact there is a story behind it as well. So it's not just moving between level to level. There is a story. You've got characters who are talking to each other. The characters all begin to chat to each other and they interact, and maybe some of them will become your buddies and some of them you might look at and think, do you know what? I don't like you. Let's not help you out as much as we can. So, Joe, I like that. I like the fact that as well, there is a bit of a story going on as well. It's not just a case of churn your way through the levels. They've tried to give it a little bit of context as well, which is very good indeed. But yeah, I think we will finish up because we have seen quite a lot of it and, we get the idea of it, but it is very good. I really, really, really enjoyed playing it. I'm glad we took the time to dip into it and have a little go. Hopefully you have enjoyed this as well. If you have, please do leave a like. That would be most marvellous indeed. And also, if you're not already, then please do subscribe to keep up to date with all the other bits and bobs that we get up to in the Geek Cupboard. But for now, thank you very much for joining me in the Geek Cupboard, and I will see you next time. This robotic arm has salmonella on it. Okay, so we've got 2 things that are diseased. Be warned about Tutorial Robot. He's all sort of retro and adorable. I think he wants to destroy humanity. Hungry humans, come and order some food. 74% efficiency. Oh my goodness. Wow. There he is. There's a murderous robot face.